Bismillah ar-Rahman Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another title race special, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking about Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester City. Habibis. Those are the three clubs we're going to be talking about. Big up to every single people tuned in, whether you're watching this right now or on the replay. Please do make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Do make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys right here, right now, please do hit that like button. Please do subscribe to the channel. And listen, as you guys know, the results this week, Liverpool won, Habibis. Arsenal won as well, but Manchester City lost. Manchester City lost their game of football. Sorry, they drew. It feels like a loss the way that they were operating in that game, to be fair, because they were 3-0 up. But regardless, slap up the like button and subscribe right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Look at this guy right here. This show is called Title Race. What are Dayo and LB doing here? It's hilarious. From next week, it should be Husam alone. Yeah, we're just in a title race alone, bro. Have some shame. Have some shame. Please have some shame. Stop it. Stop it. There is definitely a title race. Joining us first and foremost, 8 goals scored this week for Arsenal. 8 goals scored for Arsenal this week. So it's been a crazy week of just turning around in terms of performances and the way that they play. Joining us on the channel is none other than the man himself, man like Dayo is in the building. How you doing, Dayo, man?
I'm good, man. Yo, what's up? What's up, people? Somebody who was the guy you're seeing that said, "Oh, that what am I? I'm not doing anything here. I just came here to just chat nonsense." Since Liverpool has won the league already, according to Yasin.
There you are.
No. According to his post, to his chat right now, Liverpool have won the league. I don't know what the rest of us are doing. We should just go on a holiday. Kai Havertz, you can go to the Bermuda. Martin Odegaard, you can take a holiday, in the Bahamas. Bukayo Saka, you can go visit and do. You don't do drugs, Yasin. It's not good for you. Don't do drugs. Stay away from it.
Big up to you, Dayo, man. Big up to you. And joining us next on the channel, guys, we don't like to thumbnail catfish on this channel. LB couldn't make it. You get me? I then messaged Nobbins, and then Nobbins couldn't make it. And I messaged Martin, and Martin couldn't make it. And I messaged Vator, and Vator couldn't make it. So all 4 of the City fans that I know just couldn't make the stream. You get me? So
Husam, just wait. What? When you messaged them, you told them that they're coming up against me, right?
No, I just said it's going to be a title race video.
Hold on.
Here we go. La ilaha illallah.
This is why they didn't want to come on the show. This right here, they did not want to face their demons. Manchester City fans, January is coming. You do not want to face your demons, do you see?
Oh my God, your mask has 115 on it.
Do you see it right here? You will face your demons. I am the one that will haunt you until the case is done. Come end of January, relegation is your portion.
I love it. Big up to you, Dayo, man. Big up to you, Dayo. So, because there is no City fan, I did what's smart for business, which is I went to their blue cousins. And today, representing City or / talking about City or talking about, this whole title race thing, we have a Chelsea fan, ladies and gentlemen, joining us in the location. Today they will have Conference League domination in the situation. The Bridge Nation in the building. How are you doing, Ahmed Habibi?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. I'm not here to run defense. The only club I run defense for is Chelsea Nation, the land.
Oh God!
Wow.
These City fans are all hiding online.
This guy literally just came out here and said his fellow Blues brothers can all go and burn in hell.
Yeah, he said they can all hold that. To be fair,
literally in those words, Ahmed.
Yeah, I don't have anyone that's a brother. I'm an early child. I only support Chelsea.
Fairs. I respect it. Anyway, regardless, let's get the party started, chat. Regardless, listen, Ahmed and Dayo are still elite panelists anyway. We can talk about anything. We can talk about NBA, you know, so it doesn't matter. Big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys right now, please hit the like button and subscribe. I want you to go subscribe to It's LB. I want you to go subscribe to Daud's channel as well in the description, and go subscribe to Banter on the Pitch, Dayo's channel in the description, and the Bridge Nation. Subscribe to his channel in the description as well, because there is already 220 people in here, and we have to get the likes up immediately to 100 likes. Go subscribe and show love to the guys as well on the panel, and the guys who couldn't make it today. So let's get to 100 likes ASAP. Chombe says leopard on the tree chilling. Bro, I'm telling you right now, you see this leopard on the tree stuff, bro? It's spreading like a wildfire. It's becoming a thing. I'm gonna go on TV tomorrow, inshallah. I'm gonna make sure I make it public that we are the leopard on the tree as well again. I'm fully gonna say it on national television. So yeah, if you don't like it, you can hold that. And actually, for the first time, probably on this show's history, let's start with my club, the leopard in the tree. And I want to start with you, Ahmed. Yesterday, obviously, Liverpool beat Real Madrid, beating Southampton as well earlier on this week. Tell me your thoughts on Liverpool Football Club so far.
I don't like to talk good about Liverpool, but listen, yeah, I feel like for me, you guys are currently doing really well. I feel like you're the most consistent team, consistently winning, getting the business done. I feel like, you know, whether we like it or not, Mo Salah's been really influential this season, more than ever. I would even argue, like the season in particular, and the stuff that he's been able to do for you. If you look at just the game he had against Southampton, just how pivotal he was with those 2 goals, that, you know, the equalizer. And then I think in general, the Liverpool, I think for me, have just stepped up, bro. The defense has been consistent. I think how many you've let in, 6 goals, is it? If I'm not mistaken, something like that.
In the league, 8. In the league now, 8 because Southampton.
Of course, in the league now, obviously it was 8, right? But like clearly, you've been consistent. You've been holding the backline down. Barely had any injuries, barring Trent. I don't know if, like, obviously Conor Bradley's like injured any further. Obviously after the Real Madrid game, but again, your players have been on fire. Your manager's tactics, I think, have just allowed your players to be a bit more relaxed, I think, in my personal opinion, in terms of the way they play. Not too much exertion like there would be under the club system. And so that's just allowed your team to blossom, really. That's all I can say, really. And, you know, obviously the game against Madrid, you know, you look like the team that has been playing for years. And then Real Madrid looked like a team that had no tactics, had no ideas. They were using, you know, so-called best players in the world, and they couldn't do a Scooby-Doo. It's really
Dayo, why are you acting like it's your first time here? We want red carpet, Habibi. You're on mute as well.
I was a line Ahmed to just finish. Honestly, look, see,
Ahmed landed, brother.
No, here's the thing. I hear the whole leopard on the tree, Liverpool. Blah,
yes, blah. Have Liverpool played anyone yet, Dayo?
I was never. What did I say? So I will quote myself.
Your fan base is shameless with that.
My fan base.
Dayo wasn't. Chat. I have to admit, Dayo never said that. I will be honest. Dayo never said that. He said you have to face who's in front of you. So he's been honest from the start.
Yeah. I said you face who's in front of you, and no matter how easy or hard your run is, face who's in front of you. Nottingham Forest came to Anfield and did a business. So let's not play that nonsense, you know, agenda. I don't do that nonsense. I don't say, oh, who you may have had an easier run, maybe because other teams had injuries, but injuries is part of the sport. It's not an excuse. Everybody's going to face their own whenever they face it, if they face it. But Liverpool being the leopard on the tree, I don't agree, because the way I kind of look at it is this. Let's assume Liverpool did not bring a manager on time and they brought in an interim manager. The quality of players you have are good enough to win the first 7 games that you guys played without a solid manager. Let's not, do you understand? Like, let's not come and sit here and try and paint this Liverpool. Like, if Southampton is doing what you're doing right now, I'd say, oh yes, they got a good manager who's getting the best out of some, you know, mediocre level mid players. But you have world-class players from front to back, from your goalpost to your attack. There is a world-class player in every department in that team. And when they're all fit and firing...
I wouldn't say every department, not midfield.
Probably 4 departments, I'd say. 4 departments.
In your midfield, you may not rate him, but he's a World Cup winner. He's a World
No,
Cup
no,
winner.
I rate McAllister highly, but to say the word class,
But
that's not a
no,
word
no,
we can just throw around.
listen.
World class.
You don't go to the World Cup and win the World Cup.
McAllister is phenomenal, just not world class.
Well, I'm
That's
not.
the the thing is, yeah, by your I hope you
I'm not. I'm not
release it,
using.
yeah.
I'm not using only.
Dayo, I'll give you an example quickly before you continue on. Yeah, by your if you're saying he's won the World Cup, then by that argument I can make Enzo Fernandez world class because
Yeah, that
he's
is
won
true,
world
to be
class.
fair.
Hear what I'm saying
You see what I'm saying?
hear what I'm
Yeah.
saying about world class again. So I'm not saying just because he won the World Cup that makes him world class. I'm saying he's won the World Cup and he's won a lot of other things as well. He's not a player. Okay, fine. Let's barring your midfield, but you have a solid midfield. Your midfield is working this year. Last year they were gelling together, and this year they're working. So if you're going to talk about Liverpool is the leopard on the tree, I'm like, no, your goalkeeper, your defense, your attack, you have world-class players in all those departments. So it's a solid team with a very, very good manager who has just come off winning with Feyenoord as well. He's not a manager. Like, this is the same Feyenoord. Yes, he's not their manager right now, who just did a business on Man City 3-3 from 3-0 down. So definitely there's some level of football etiquette and style that they have as a club that they've kept on.
And you can tell Feyenoord misses him because they're fourth in the Eredivisie, by the way.
Yeah.
Fourth.
And you can see the difference after he left. So my point is, like, with Arne Slot and Liverpool, I'm not awesomely surprised at how good they are because of the quality of players they have. And now that I know who Arne Slot is and I've done a bit more research on him, I'm like, well, hey, you've got a good manager, you've got a good crop of players. What do you expect him to like? The output has to be good. Now, am I saying he's going to win the league? I have seen 13 points turned around in this league in the history of the Premier League. I've seen 10 points turned around. I've seen 11 points turned around. I've seen 8 points thrown away by Arsenal. I've seen Liverpool lose 10 points to City a few years ago. So, I've seen massive point gaps overturned. Even last season, by game week 20, Liverpool were 5 points ahead of Arsenal. By the end of the league, we were 7 points ahead of them. That's a 12-point.
But that's exactly why we're the leopard and the tree.
No, I know, but which is why I said, but this year is different because you're not playing the gun-ho football that Klopp was playing. Klopp had announced he was leaving. There were so many little factors last season that could actually have derailed your team. You had injuries as well, a bunch of them. And I'm not saying you don't have injuries this season, but I'm saying you don't have as many injuries to as many key players at the same time this season. So yeah, Liverpool is doing the business. And honestly speaking, against Real Madrid, I wanted Madrid to win to humble Liverpool a little bit. That's what I wanted. But I knew it was not going to happen. The minute the game started, the first 10 minutes, I was like, Madrid is going to suffer. Like,
we dominated them, to be honest. We did.
Honest, like, what you want and what you see are two different things. I know what I wanted, but what my eyes are watching, I was like, these guys are done. Madrid is done. When Conor Bradley is the best player on the pitch, we've not talked about what Mo Salah is doing. We've not talked about what Van Dijk is doing. We're talking about Conor Bradley, who has probably played all of 50-something minutes before in Champions League before this game. His experience in the Champions League is all of 52 minutes or something random like that. It's crazy. So, so as soon as I saw the first 10 minutes, I was like, yeah, Liverpool.
Conor Bradley definitely pocketed Mbappe. It's good we have to highlight some of these players because it's easy to talk about Van Dijk and blah, blah, blah. Actually, the two best players for us on the pitch were two probably of our younger, less experienced players in Bradley and Kelleher. I mean, Kelleher saved the penalty.
I'll be real, man. And PayPal, man, has not been that good in it. So, let's be realistic.
Yeah, you say that, but if you're in Conor Bradley's position, a kid who has 50 minutes of Champions League experience, let's be serious.
I mean, you can look at the game in isolation and talk about how good a player stepped up. There's nothing wrong with that. Conor Bradley stepped up yesterday in that Madrid game. He knew who he was facing. Now, whether Mbappe was bad or played badly or whatever, there were some tackles that Conor Bradley put in. And honestly speaking, I would never have expected him to have been able to make those tackles. 1, for his age. 2, for the experience he had in the Champions League. 3, for all the glitz and glamour of the Champions League with all the noise in the stadium. It's a very different experience, so you have to give kudos to who kudos is, deserves, and he deserves his kudos. In that game, he stepped up. It doesn't suddenly make him the world-class defender. No, it doesn't. He got an assist as well. So ask yourself, did he step up yesterday? You pocketed
He
Mbappe.
did, and here's the thing. That's why I'm saying, look, on paper, yes, Mbappe hasn't been good this season, blah blah blah. That's fine, but if you're a child like Connor Bradley, who has 50 minutes of Champions League experience, the fact that you handled Mbappe alone is just, you have to give him credit. Kelleher as well, saving the penalty. It's funny because yesterday Ziad on Ahwa said he wouldn't take Kelleher at Chelsea. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Do you know
What
that?
is wrong with you?
I,
You
you know what
employ
it
an
is.
Sam, do
You
you know
know
that?
what the issue is? Do you know what the issue is? I listen. Would I take Kelleher as a goalkeeper at Chelsea right now? Yes, but I think from a transfer perspective, yeah. If I was to ask Liverpool right now for Kelleher, how much is he gonna cost me realistically? Probably 50 million, 60
Yeah,
million.
50
Right?
probably,
Yeah, right,
45, 50.
right. And then, but whereas I think, arguably, in my personal opinion, there's goalkeepers that are just as good as him that I can get for around about 25 to 30 million, just in another league. In my
Who
personal,
though?
for me, I've always maintained that Chevalier is that guy for me. That guy, if he comes to the, if we buy him, that guy's top tier goalkeeper in my personal opinion. And I wanted him last summer.
I hear where you're coming from. The only thing that obviously
Mhm.
works in the Kelleher argument is the fact that he's Premier League experience as well.
Exactly.
So
That's why, and that's why he would be worth a lot more. See, so I hate that 50
Meanwhile,
million.
do you know that this was Thibaut Courtois' first loss at Anfield in the Champions League?
hold that, Courtois. Hold
Oh,
that.
he didn't lose with us at with Liverpool at
No.
Chelsea.
He's never lost. He's
Really?
never lost at Anfield. At Anfield.
No, but
I think Dayo probably means as a Madrid keeper, right?
As a Madrid keeper. He's
yeah,
at
Yeah,
'cause
Madrid
I was
keeper.
thinking at Chelsea, he's
no,
definitely
not
lost
that
there.
I
Yeah.
know with Madrid, but I think he's played there what five times, 6 times, 4, 5.
Last time we beat Madrid in the Champions League was the 08-09 season.
Yes,
No.
I think so. Yeah.
So yeah,
08-09 season.
so Courtois
4-0 when we won
Yeah,
that
so
day.
Courtois has always had a good game, and so for them to lose that yesterday, of course, Madrid didn't play very well, but you have to highlight certain players. What's his name again? Connor Bradley for me was the man of the match.
I think
Like,
I
that's-
forgot who to hype up there.
Like Van Dijk was going to do a Van Dijk. You expected Van Dijk. You expect Musala to do a Musala. You know what I'm saying? Like you expect there's certain players on the team that you're expecting to do what they do for normal. Like you expect Musala to have a great moment in the game and step up and do something and score a goal. And you're not expecting McAllister to do that 1-2 pass and run into the box. You're not expecting McAllister. You're not. That is not. If Curtis Jones had done that, if Curtis I'd have said, "Oh, Curtis Jones did that," you know what I'm saying? I'd have been like, "Oh, Curtis was because Curtis has been doing crazy things like that lately. You've been seeing him making moves like that. But McAllister, you don't expect when players like that do it. You're just like, what is going on here?
Union St. Joe fan hyping up Curtis Jones.
You're asking yourself what levels this team is going to. So Liverpool right now, you can't take away.
But the one thing I will say, Dayo, though, and I had this argument yesterday on Ahwa, on a real, even from this position, I really don't think Slot is under any pressure to win a league title in his first season. If we're just talking strictly pressure, I think right now, even from this position, Liverpool finished third and win an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. It's a successful season because it's his first season. We only signed Federico Chiesa. We haven't really made any signings. And that's the thing. And this goes back to my leopard in the tree argument. I'm the type of person who maintains same energy. I said Chelsea fans are all going to be Maresca out in November. What did I do when I realized I'm wrong? I said, sorry, Chelsea fans, I'm wrong. Maresca is actually a very good manager. I said Arsenal are going to be in a title race. So even though they went through a tough run, I didn't change my energy and say, oh, Arsenal are now in a top 4 race, are in a crisis, blah, blah, blah. No. I still think they're in a title race. I still think City is in a title race as well. So my energy has been the same regarding these topics. Now, the one thing that I will say is, though, with Arne Slot, listen, we have had a fantastic start to the season. Fantastic, phenomenal. There's also another manager who had a fantastic start to the season, who managed this guy's team by the name of Thomas Tuchel. In the quadruple charge season, Chelsea were top of the league in January, by the way, for the people who don't remember. Chelsea were literally top of the league in January, and then City went on to win the league. Liverpool finished second, and Chelsea just kind of faded off. So for me, it's not like, and I use the Arsenal example, which I think is fair. Look, if Slot wins the league title, there will be a lot of Arsenal fans who completely turn on Arteta and say Arteta out. And rightfully so, I understand where they're coming from. And some people, even if Pep won the title, will go like, listen, Arteta, you've had a lot of chances. But I don't think any Liverpool fan in their right mind is going to turn on Arne Slot, specifically from what we've seen already. Now, the one thing about Slot is he hasn't been backed. Now January comes, let's say January 1st, Zubamendi, January 2nd, Ait Nouri, I don't know who, Karkaz, whoever. Of course, when you make signings, when you make transfers, when you improve your team, your chances of winning the league title significantly increases. That's like me saying, oh, Dayo, will Arsenal get better if they sign Jokeris in January? Of course they will. But as things stand right now, look, from when the season started, I wasn't one of those guys who said Liverpool will fall off. I was even negative. Husam said we're going to be in a title race. So I said from the beginning we're going to be in a title race. But in terms of strictly pressure, I think Arne Slot is under the least pressure from the 3 title race managers to win the league, because it's his first season in charge, taking over from a historic manager and having signed no one other than Chiesa, who haven't even watched. This is the thing.
Let's Husam, we need to stop. We need to stop.
No, I agree. I agree.
The reason
100%.
why I say that, yeah,
I
is
agree 100%
simply
with
because of 2 things, yeah. Husam, in my personal opinion,
Tell
there's
me,
2 reasons
tell me.
why, yeah. You yourself have said, yeah, as the season goes on, expectations change. The expectation has to change now. Manchester City, in my personal, we're gonna get to them eventually. I know they are not gonna come back from what this. In my personal opinion, genuinely speaking, they're not coming back from this. They can say, I don't know if there's guys that are still open. With all due respect, you're not coming back from this. The only real competition, in my personal opinion, yeah, is Arsenal right now for you, yeah, in the league right now. That's the real competition, I would say, right now, for guys that can even do that for yourself, right? Those are, so for me, in that sort of aspect, you cannot say that anymore, bro, because everything's changed.
Ahmed,
You beat Manchester City today.
Let him explain it. Let him explain it, because me and you agree, Dayo. Let him explain.
Because if you beat Man City on Sunday, hypothetically speaking, that's what 11 points now on top of the league, right? 11 points right now. It'll be, well, listen, okay, 8 points, 9, whatever it is. Yeah, essentially that's essentially 3 match days now.
No, actually, you are correct. It will be 11. You are correct.
Yeah, 11. So that's almost 4 match days, boys. That's 3 games and 2 draws that you can basically have, yeah, at the top of the title. Yeah, you cannot tell me at that point in time, yeah, with the team that you have, yeah, that you can allow yourself to drop off at that point in time. You know what I mean? There's
but Ahmed, you haven't debunked my point, though. I want you to explain, how does that mean there's more pressure on Slot to win a league?
Let me jump in.
I think
Dayo, wait, because me and you agree, Dayo. I want him to explain it. So everything you've said, I hear. It's math. Yeah. You're correct. We would be 11 points out of City, 100%. Explain to me how that translates to there's more pressure on Slot to win a league title.
Because the opposition right now is not good enough to compete with him. That's it. It's as simple as that, bro. Barring Arsenal, who's there to compete with him?
Yeah, but then if you say we're 11 points out of City,
because for me, this is his golden opportunity. This is like literally his golden opportunity. There's no other way to put it, bro. It doesn't. I would be saying the same thing to him if this was like his 2nd or 3rd season too. This is literally his golden opportunity to win. That's what I would say to you, Sam.
Ahmed, so there's no pressure on Slot, and I'll tell you why. When FSG brought Slot in, they didn't say to him, this season you have to win the league. When they brought him in, they did not say to him that your goal this season is if you don't win the league, you're sacked. So his job is not at stake. So there's no pressure for Arne Slot. Understand the difference. As a manager, if he wins the league, it's a perk in his first season. It's like, I did it in my first season, great stuff, boom, done. If he doesn't, his job is not at stake for how good he has done so far. Pressure is more, and I'll say this. Now, I'm an Arsenal fan. The pressure now is more on Mikel Arteta because of the duration of how long he's been the manager. The big difference between Arne Slot and Arteta is in the first year of Arteta inherited a crap team and had to rebuild that team over years. Arne Slot inherited a good team, and FSG says, stay in the Champions League, do well, we will back you up in the summer or in January. You'll bring your own players. Let's start that way. You already have world-class players. So there's no pressure on him. He's not like, oh, if I don't win the league, my job is done. The only people that are trying to put unnecessary pressure are the people who want to banter Liverpool if Liverpool don't
win the rivals.
Yeah,
so hold on. So banter pressure. Hold on. Banter pressure.
You just talk about pressure. I'm gonna let me make my point. I'm gonna make a slight counter. You can continue on afterwards. I'm saying, yeah, you have talked about pressure, but pressure is not just about your job. You know what I mean? You can have pressure from the situation they get into. His pressure for me, I'm saying to him, his pressure is not pressure from losing his job. His pressure now is pressure of expectation. Because that's what I'm saying. But you didn't let me finish, though. You didn't let me finish. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said banter pressure is different from job pressure. That's what I've been talking about.
Hold on. And then winning pressure again, expectations, right? And pressure are 2 different things. he expects that his team should go on and win if you're 11 points ahead. Any manager expects that, look, I've got world-class players. I expect you guys to go on to win. I'm going to manage you well, coach you well. But there's no pressure on him to actually win. He's not stressing and saying because it's his first season. These are not his players. If anything goes wrong with injuries or whatever it is, he will have many reasons to be like, hey, it is what it is, right? The difference is when it becomes his team, his players, his own world-class players that he has brought in, right? And he's not doing anything with them like Mikel Arteta is right now. Like they haven't won. Because I can say that about my manager. These are all your players. There's no player in this team that is from anybody's era except Bukayo Saka, who came through the academy. Everybody else who came through the academy, gone. So my thing is, it's just simple. I don't think the pressure is that immense on Arne Slot. I think that Liverpool is going to be there till the end of the season. Like every other team who's playing 4 tournaments, we'll see how they manage themselves to get through between now and the end of the season. And that's it. Like, but that pressure thing is just banter pressure. People just want to be able to banter Liverpool if they don't win because of how good Arne Slot has been. But the truth is, ask yourself, how many managers in history, in the whole history of football, have come in their first season? Very few. There's not a lot. There's not managers who have come through
Very rare.
football in their first season to win. So like, just let's stop this narrative. And
Who won in his first season, from what I can recall, is probably Conte, Mourinho.
I think Wenger as well. He's 97.
I'm just saying, we at Chelsea Football Club, when we have a squad ready for you and we have a gaffer ready for you, you know what I mean? And
but you see, Ahmed, I'm glad you made that point. You said when we have a squad ready for you, right?
Yes.
Before the season started, myself, I'm a Liverpool fan, I put our squad third. It's not an insult, it's reality. It's real. Like, and this is why I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, even from this position, we don't really win like a league title. I don't think anyone's gonna be like, "Oh, Slot out, get him out." He's not
but Husam, I wouldn't say that. You know my thoughts, right? I'm not saying he's got pressure.
No, you're saying internal pressure builds up on him. I agree with you, but it's too early. That happens if we're 11 points ahead in March. That's when he will have pressure to deliver because it's like, okay, bro, it's March and you're 11 points ahead. Now you have to get the job done.
Yes.
But in November 28th. November 28th, how am I supposed to go like, yo, Arne Slot, you must win that? Of course not, Yahi. I cannot say you must win.
You know what? That's fine. I can hear you. I can hear you.
And Igal, that Nas, was earlier on in the chat. That Nas. You see, I'm insulting your own language, Igal. This guy admitted to me that he's only building Liverpool up so he can tear us down.
That's crazy, man.
Spam leopard in the tree in the chat right now. To let the people know that the leopard will not be moved. Everyone already knows, Habibi. Everyone already knows about the leopard in the tree story. We are definitely the leopard in the tree. We're just hanging out. Listen, you guys fight for the league title. I'm not involved. You get me? I'm just watching from afar. I'm letting you guys do your thing. We are finished because Klopp left. We signed no one. We're shit. Allow me, man, on this whole league title talk. Kelleher ain't been moved on for Kepa like Neto. What does this mean, Tom Goldsworthy? Ain't been moved on for Kepa.
I'm confused.
I'm confused as well.
Well, this is the English is not Englishing. Tom Goldsworthy.
Kelleher ain't been moved on for Kepa, but Kepa's still at Chelsea. He's at Bournemouth now.
Yeah, he's still at Chelsea. He's on loan at Bournemouth. Yeah.
He's still a Chelsea.
I mean, I doubt we're gonna get Kepa in return. Tom Goldsworthy will probably want some money for Kelleher. Definitely not fucking Kepa, bro. Unless I misunderstood you there, I apologize. But clarify for me in the chat. Now, big up to all of you guys. You get me? Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Let's get the likes up, Habibis. Big up to you, Tom, and big up to my guy Chombe for the super chats. And now we move on to Arsenal, the other team that won this week. Dayo, absolutely beautiful football, 5-1 win. Arteta released the shackles off of the players. He let them cook. Talk to me, brother. What are you saying?
The only takeaway from me from that game, honestly, is the psyche of the players. Going away and winning in the Champions League game away. We haven't done this in a long time, where we've actually, we've not been in Champions League we've only been for the last 2 seasons. Before that, for like 7 seasons. But in the times we were there, it's been a long time we've gone away. I think Inter was one of the times we went away and beat them 5-1 at this time, back then. But we've not had a big away win like this, and a big away win like this in the new Champions League format this season, where we haven't won away at all, is a good statement for the guys. It's a good statement for the players. To give their mentality a kick. They're like, you know what it is. We can go away to it. And again, so Sporting Lisbon, I'm not trying to disrespect them, may not be the greatest team right now, but they have European heritage. That's number one. Number two, Lisbon just beat City. We can talk about how bad City is, but City is still City with Pep Guardiola. Just beat City 4-1. Being able to go away there and beat them 5-1 does a lot for your psyche to say, you know what, it is what it is. If you can draw 2-2 with a 10-man Arsenal against City, and Lisbon can beat City 4-1, and you can go beat Lisbon 5-1, that says it gives the players a good psyche. That's all I really honestly care about. I really needed the players to talk, because I know that this Arsenal team has what it takes to actually run over teams. They actually do. But Mikel Arteta has played defensive from the beginning of the season for whatever reasons. I'm not going to give any of the reasons. I don't care what the reasons are. I just know that when I look at this team, it's a team that can literally run over any other team if you give them the chance to. If you give Arsenal the chance, they'll run over you, right? But because Mikel has been playing defensive, we've been looking very shaky. Now that Nottingham Forest is no joke. These guys they're not messing around. And we played them out the park. And then I was
no one expected Arsenal to win 3-0. No one.
Yeah. And then I said to myself, well, I don't think these guys are going to be able to do well against Sporting Lisbon. They've done all the best they can against, Forest. And then we go to Lisbon and we do what we did. And I'm like, you know what? I genuinely now think that the shackles are off. I genuinely now feel like, and I will own it. One player makes a big difference in any team. Martin Odegaard makes a big difference for us. He makes a massive difference for us. So anybody who wants to sit there and say, Rodri doesn't make a difference for City, it's crap. It's crap. I asked somebody, I said, this last 6 games that City has played, lost 5, drawn 1. If Rodri played in those 6 games, how many do you think they would have won and how many do you think they would have lost? Ask yourself that honest question. If Rodri was in those games, how many of those 6 games do you think they would have won and how many do you think they would have lost?
I think they would have probably lost Spurs because they were just horrendous that day.
Yeah, okay, fine, Spurs, but then they would have either drawn more and won a bit more because of him.
Yeah, maybe they probably have a couple more draws. I hear what you're saying.
I think they probably got a draw at Bournemouth. It wouldn't surprise me.
Because that brings a little bit more stability and less of we've lost 4, we've lost 5. And that's what Odegaard brought to Arsenal. That whole win, draw, all of a sudden he's back and we're looking better on the right-hand side. The left is a lot more balanced. So yeah, I'm excited about what we can do going forward. Injuries look better. I think the only person who's injured right now out for the next 11 weeks or 10, 11 weeks is Ben White with his surgery. Tomiyasu still out. But outside that, I think everybody else is fit and available. And so no excuses. Go to West Ham, do the business, be pragmatic till January, because you get a break to rest, and then you come back in January and just do what you did last season. I don't care what Liverpool is doing. Let Liverpool face Liverpool. As long as we can pull off a run like we did last season, and we've shown that we can do it. This team did it last season, and so they can pull off that same run. We'll see what the outcome is at the end of the window. And this is why.
Don't you think though, like the Odegaard thing is very interesting what you're saying, and of course a player like an Odegaard makes an impact, but he wasn't even your best player in the last 2 games, in my opinion. And the reason why I say that is I think, like, this is why I blamed Arteta heavy over the last 5 games, even though I did say that Arsenal are still in a title race, is the fact that I feel like the football is way too defensive. Yes, the game against Sporting, Timber was almost like a right winger. He was so involved in the attack. Calafiori was so involved in the attack as well. He had a shot that almost like was just this far away from the bar. Like they were all attacking. They were playing offensive football. And I feel like Arteta just released the shackles. And it has nothing to do with just Odegaard being fit. Actually, in that second half, I actually think Odegaard actually probably made 3 or 4 bad passes that led to like Sporting counterattacks. I think Saka was your best player. Your fullbacks were flying up the pitch. That can't be just one player returned and all of a sudden they were good.
But Husam, what Odegaard brings to the team that is different is he presses from the front. Now, a lot of our players don't have that. Odegaard is the guy running for 90 minutes. Watch any Arsenal game. He's pressing from the front. He's the captain. He's talking to everybody. There's a lot that he does on the pitch that we don't see as fans. We just see he missed a pass. No, this is the guy talking to players, telling them where to go. You stay there. No, you stay in that pocket. You stay here. Odegaard takes players away from Saka on that right-hand side. Once he's got the ball, there's 1-2 people trying to get to him in that pocket, and he's always freeing Saka up, which allows other players to do damage. which is why I said he's very important. It's not just on the ball, but it's also off the ball. Off the ball, Odegaard starts the press before Kai Havertz joins in. He's the trigger for Arsenal's press. So Ethan Nwaneri can play in that position, but can Ethan trigger the press and control that entire area by telling people where to be because he's going to throw passes? No. So why Odegaard is important is not just what he does with the ball, it's also what he does as the captain. And that in itself is a big factor. You're looking at a team that has 24, 25-year-olds that are getting into their prime. And honestly speaking, no matter how experienced you are at this stage, you will still need some level of guidance. And he brings that as well. So there's stuff that he does that, let's be honest, a lot of players, that's why Rodri is key. It's not just what Rodri does as a DM. It's the work that Rodri puts in. If you look at
but Pep doesn't change his play style though.
I always, what I would say, man, listen, Odegaard clearly is a key part of the team. I don't think anyone here would deny that. But the one thing I hate about football is that you cannot rely on one guy, man. You can't make your team.
No, you can't rely on one guy. But here's the thing: you can't replicate that player twice in your team.
But you can't replicate him. But the point I'm trying to make is though you cannot, removing one guy should not hurt your system so much. That's the issue I always have. Like there should be a backup to the original. I always say you have to have that's your plan B, and the plan B
Ahmed
has been somewhat effective, but you Ahmed, cannot. I just think again.
I'm saying. So what I'm saying again is, I hear you. You should always have a backup, but there is no backup that will give you exactly what your first team player gives you. Get that? Listen. If you bring a backup in for Mo Salah today, anybody you put there cannot give you what Mo Salah gives you. The difference is you're going to have to figure out a way to use them in that 1 game, 2 games, 3 games to just try to get by and make sure you don't lose. Because you cannot have 2 Mo Salahs on the team. The second one is going to want to go somewhere else and be a starter. You think 2 Mo Salahs want to sit on the team and one wants to stay on the bench? You think 2 Odegaards want to? No, hold on. You think 2 players?
No. You're not getting my point. I'm not saying you need a backup. I'm saying though, when you lose a guy like Odegaard, right? Again, that's fair enough. You've lost Odegaard, correct? I'm saying to you, there should be a backup system which does not need to include him, that can still work to help the
similar
team.
Profile, yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. Hold on, but after
Odegaard, that's why I'm criticizing Arteta, Dayo. Because I'll give you a genuine example. 3 years ago, quadruple charge season, Mane and Mo both went to AFCON, both made the final. By the way, the final. So they stayed there for a whole month. Liverpool won 5 games in a row, still playing sexy football, still doing what Klopp does. The issue that I have is no one here is denying Odegaard's importance whatsoever. Odegaard is one of the best players in the league, 100%. However, when it comes to the way that you play football, you could have still went away to Bournemouth when it was 11v11 and attacked the shit out of Bournemouth. You could have still attacked the shit out of Newcastle, even without Odegaard there. That's my point. Like, we've had players as well for us, like as an example this season, with Arne Slot and the way that we play. We've had players out at some point in time. Like we've had Jota out, we've had Alisson out, we've had Trent out. No one can say Trent isn't a massive part of the system. Brighton away from home in the Carabao Cup, go watch that game. We played Tyler Morton, we played Endo, Salah didn't start, Van Dijk didn't start, Trent didn't start, and we still played like the Slot style. Now, the reason why I'm saying it can't be just Odegaard being injured is I'm seeing stuff that I didn't see 5 games ago, even with Odegaard there. Even I'm going to go back to Wolves, the first home game of the season where you beat Wolves 2-0. I'm saying even from that game, I didn't see you as proactive as this. Timber is flying high up the pitch, creating chances. Calafiori is flying up the pitch, creating opportunities. It's about trusting Gabriel and Saliba to defend one-on-ones. Because Saliba and Gabriel manhandled Chris Wood, manhandled the other striker that Forest had, I forgot his name, and manhandled Jokeres. So Arteta was like, you know what, Saliba and Gabriel? Halfway line. Let's play ball. Let's play football. Let's release the shackles off of these players. Let's play attacking, sexy, beautiful football. And Saliba and Gabriel were at halfway line defending. And the Arsenal team was all attacking at once. And some of those goals don't happen because of just Odegaard's existence. Exactly. It's because Arteta switched up the style. And it's proving it in the numbers. Over the last 2 games, you have scored 8 goals. I'm not sure I've seen 8 goals from like 5-6 games in a row total from Arsenal like before that. And that's my point. It can't has to be systematic.
Listen, Odegaard's win percentage for Arsenal is 66.5%. as a captain when he plays. The same way you talk about how Mo Salah has contributed 60-something%, to the goals of Liverpool. Take Mo Salah out, you lose that chunk. Yes or no?
Of course. Yes.
So you take Odegaard out, you lose a 66.5% chunk.
I still expect us to play attacking.
No. But I hear you. I hear you, Husam. I hear you. You expect us to play attack, but every team is not the same, right? You can't expect us to do exactly what you would do because you have different players, that have other qualities that can actually do those things. Mikel Arteta as a manager, by defaults to senior players and defaults to defense when he's a man down. That's how Mikel Arteta is. We know the manager that we have, and that's how it takes. Is he right? I don't think so. But to say that we would have to play the same way we play with Odegaard is insane when he carries a 66.5% win ratio for that team. That is madness. Like, Odegaard did not play 17 games. I'm going to bring something. Without Odegaard, 19 games. We had 10 wins, 2 draws, and 7 losses. 7 losses and 2 draws in 19 games without Odegaard. But then when Odegaard has played 116 games, 77 wins, and 17 draws. 77 wins and 17 draws. That's almost 94 out of 117. So we can't play down the importance of certain individual players. Like I said, it's not just what he does on the ball, it's what he does as a captain, it's how he defends from the front, how he presses. Not many players can give you that. They can give you the on-the-ball thing. After all, we saw Leandro Trossard play his role in a couple of games and threw some crazy Trossard threw that ball to Havertz's head, the one that Havertz scored. We saw Trossard make some great, flicks and tricks as well.
Who's been your best player last 2 games?
Last 2 games, the last game from me personally, my best player of the last game was Gabriel Magalhaes. This last game,
okay,
I would say Gabriel. Against Forest, I would say Martin Odegaard against Forest.
For me, and this is we can disagree. It's fine. You're not wrong. I'm not right. Like, it's just opinions. I think your best player on the last 2 games has been Bukayo Saka.
Oh no, Bukayo will do Bukayo. This is what I keep saying, Husam. Let me explain.
No, we're not gonna do that because Bukayo was not doing Bukayo. This is Bukayo.
Let me tell you what I said.
Dayo, I did not go on streams and say Saka's better than Foden for the Bukayo from 5 games ago.
That's not what I'm saying. Let me land. I expect Bukayo Saka to do Bukayo Saka when players do their roles and free him up. I expect him to do what he's supposed to do. I'm not waiting. I'm not expecting Bukayo to have a bad game. So when he does have a bad game, I will call him out, right? I'm expecting Bukayo Saka to do what Bukayo Saka does. And this is why. Look at the trajectory of his performances over the last 4 years. He's getting better season after season after season. His GA has gone up season after season after season. So my thing is, it's certain people that you're just expecting. They're like, all right, cool. Now, if they don't do well, I can then have that conversation. And when I say my best player in a particular game, it's the
You're saying based on expectation. I hear you.
Based on my expectation. Gabriel Magalhaes, I expected that Gyökeres would give him a lot of problems. I was waiting for the problems. I literally was like, my prediction was 2-1. I said Saka would score. This is what I said. I said Saka would score, Havertz would score, and Gyökeres would score. I actually said Saka would score because I expect him.
What was your prediction pre-game?
Pre-game 2-1. 2-1. I was like, Arsenal 2.
Okay, so they outperformed even your expectations.
Let me tell you what it is. Listen, I was shocked. I'm still saying that I was shocked. I wasn't expecting Arsenal to
Hey, everyone was shocked, bro. No one expected 5-1, bro. No one.
I will not
if anyone in the chat
I wasn't expecting 5-1.
You're a liar.
Listen,
I was like, I didn't know they were this dependent on Amran, bro. Like, Amran gone for 1 game and the collapse like this is crazy.
I said, first of all,
give me a second, Dayo, guys. We have a surprise guest. We have a City fan turn up. I have to say, this guy came in clutch, just like Kawhi Leonard, moved to the Toronto Raptors, won them an NBA championship. You get me? They ain't won a championship since, Kawhi Leonard. And today we have the super sub, a City fan actually showing up to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. So we have 2 Red Cartel members, 2 Blue Cartel members. Joining us on the channel is Canada's finest. The man, the myth, the legend. Hamza of the North. Man like Vator is in the building. How you doing, Vator, brother?
The Vator Nator. What it is. Thanks for having me on. The Vator Nator.
Red cartel, blue cartel. Hi, Vator.
No,
Hi,
I'm a
Vator.
winner. I'm not a loser, man. What are we doing here, man? You know what I mean?
To be
You know
fair,
what? You know what?
if I'm going based on table, I do this. To be honest, based
Thank
on
you
table.
very much, man.
Based
Hey,
on
Thank you
table,
very
I have to
much.
do this.
I
Yeah,
got no problems. I got no problems with that at all. But you know what's messed up? Ahmed, we used to be blue brothers, but the way he moves, nah. I've disowned
Oh,
him.
okay.
I've
I
disowned
back
him.
the
Okay,
badge. I back
already a
Chelsea
call
only.
out.
I've
Chelsea
disowned
only,
him.
man.
No,
You see,
we're not
you
brothers
see that?
anymore.
You see
We're not
behind me,
brothers.
man? That's the only badge, you know what I mean? Oh, that's the only blue and the dark blue. Not
Yeah,
like
yeah,
me, sorry.
I consider you part of the red cartel now. The way you move.
Wow, wowza. You know what I mean?
Wow, nah, Vator is cutting deep now.
Nah, it's messed
Red,
up, man.
big
I
up,
expected
man.
Ahmed to be a brother during these difficult times. When he wasn't able to win the Prem, I was doing the work. Now that I'm slipping off already, he's talking bad about me. It's messed up.
Nah, I haven't cooked you. I haven't said anything wrong with you. Actually, I'm not making you that. You know?
Okay,
I haven't
before we
said
get
anything
to
about it.
City,
You're
Vator,
right,
I want to
yeah.
get your opinion on Arsenal. The last two games, obviously, beating Forest by 3, beating Sporting Lisbon by 5-1. What are your current thoughts on Arsenal?
My current thoughts are kind of consistent with my everyday thoughts, to be honest with you. And the reason why Dayo had to go off screen is because he knows what's about to happen. Whenever the expectations are there for Arsenal, they don't deliver. But when it's been dismissed, when they've been like put to the side, when they've taken out of contention, that's when they do their best. That's when they start doing their Arsenal looks scary when the expectations aren't there. The last few games, listen, everybody counted them out. Their own fan base was cutting them out. And now they're getting results. That's typical of most London teams. All London teams, actually, because Ahmed ain't a brother anymore. When the expectations aren't there, they're able to just coast and get the job done. Dayo's got the mask on because, listen, all free hits this season. But I will call out Arsenal because you know what? You should be doing what Liverpool are doing right now. You should be doing exactly what Liverpool are doing right now.
Hurrah! The empty hat is falling down. Hurrah! Hurrah! The empty hat is falling down. You lost 5 and you drew 1. 6. And it all comes crashing down.
The ground. Okay, Dayo, we're not going to deflect to City yet. Don't worry, we have a whole City section. Vator, brother.
Yeah. Yes.
With this Arsenal stuff, I can't lie to you. Most of the chat are saying you're cooking, to be honest with you. So
Yeah, I cook.
they're on your side when it comes to this
They
conversation.
should probably be on this point though. Like Vator is right. They should realistically be top of the league.
They
right
should
now.
be where we are. That's why I'm
Exactly.
better
Yeah,
than
that's
the
what I'm
three.
Yeah, they should be number 1. Yeah, and like you probably be number 2, and then we should probably be number 3 right now. Seriously speaking.
Real talk. And let me also add to this because I got a show later on today, CIA Intelligent Agendas. We don't do things stupidly. We don't do things without really putting some thought behind it, right? Arsenal have nothing to actually complain about. When you look at Liverpool, they have spent nothing. They have spent nothing, and they're able to get this result. So there's no, we shouldn't be here. Oh, we shouldn't be having these expectations. Arsenal, you waited 2 years. You waited 2 years in terms of, you know what? We still got time. You should be doing it in year 3 in terms of your title chase. And Liverpool are making you guys look like bums. FSG are making you guys look like clowns. So, listen, am I expected to win it every year? Some say yes. Winning a 5 in a row, I had to take this off screen because it's never been done before. But winning 4 and going for 5, hey, am I supposed to fall off? Ahmed, you're on mute. But if I'm not winning it, Dayo should be winning it, not these guys. So
Thank you. Someone said it. It can't be me winning. I'm telling you guys right now. It can't be Arne Slot coming over from Feyenoord, signing Federico Chiesa for 10 million, winning the league. It can't be. Arsenal are supposed to be in my position. Wallahi, Arsenal are supposed to be here, not me.
Stop bringing frauds on that want to divert and deflect and just try the shit. This is the same person. This is the same person. Hold on. You are the same guy who said Arsenal is not good enough last season. You are the same people, right? This same fan base who sits here and says Mikel Arteta is not a good coach. What are you guys talking about? What world-class players do you have in Arsenal? In fact, I have heard this statement made by you and many other fans in the past. Arsenal has no world-class players, not even Bukayo Saka. Actually, Liverpool has more world-class players than you do.
But
They
you
have
don't
Van
believe that.
Dijk, they have Alisson, they have Trent, they have Mo Salah, we can go on down the list.
But you believe
You
this
cannot
doesn't
mention one. You cannot mention one in Arsenal. This is all said by you. All of a sudden, you turn around and then you want to say the team that has all the world-class players and that has all the best players in the world, like you claimed, you have the Ballon d'Or winner, you have the best goalkeeper, Edison.
Why are you deflecting?
You have the best
Let's reflect on
goalscorer.
what the things you've
No,
said
hold
over the years.
on, hold on. You say all of this
Don't
nonsense.
deflect. You're talking about Arsenal.
No, I'm speaking to Arsenal.
The City section is next.
No,
Don't
hold
worry.
on,
You
hold
can
on.
compare
Here,
it.
Husam,
Speak about what you said about your own club, Dayo.
Husam,
Speak
Husam,
about what you said about your own club and players.
Husam, everything that you guys have said, right, is Arsenal is not good enough. Then in the same breath, you turn
what have
around
you
and say, but you should be the ones where Liverpool is.
And what
No,
have you said, Dayo?
Pick your battle.
Dayo, pick your battle. What have you said about your club and your players?
I've always said my players are good enough and they have what it takes to go on to win. I back my players. You cannot come here and say I should be there when you don't back them. When you say that they're crap, you say they're.
I'm a rival, Dayo.
I don't care if you're
That's
rival.
his job, though, Dayo. That's his job. That's his
no.
job. This crap on your team.
Ahmed, there's a difference between banter and talking football. You can look at a team like I would look at City, and I'll say the fault that City has right now. Earlier when we spoke, I said with Rodri in the last 6 games.
Dayo. Kick the ball out of bounds. Kick the ball out of bounds. You
didn't show up from the beginning. You know why? Because you were scared. You didn't show up from the beginning. You were scared. You showed up after Ahmed decided to abandon you. So don't come here now and try and come out.
Wow, whoa,
You did not show up from the very beginning. You were invited and you were called. And you gave excuses because you didn't want to face the smoke. Now that
after Ahmed abandoned the blue chip, wow, there you are.
When Ahmed decided I'm not going to defend them, he thought about it very well. Somebody's got to go up there, and how am I going to defend them? I've got to go crash on Arsenal. No, my brother, sit down. You've lost 5 in a row and drawn 1.
It is not the City section.
Just because, but the thing is, Dayo, you know what? I'm gonna help you out, Vator. I'm gonna help you out, Vator.
So now you want to help him out.
Now, little cheeky assist. I'm gonna help him.
Oh, now it's an assist. But you abandoned the blue cartel. What happened? You abandoned.
Listen, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes
you fraud. Now he wants to look at you. Look at you. Now he want to assist. You abandoned
Arsenal. Arsenal's getting
too guessed now.
Arsenal's getting too guessed now, so I have to help out the other side a little bit. You know, for me, yeah, we can all laugh and joke at City right now what they've done, which is fair enough, and I agree we should be doing that. Listen, I'm number 1 in regards to cooking City for that, but they still have won 4 in a row. So if there's anyone that should be telling you how to get stuff done, it probably will be them. So
what are you talking about? What talking about?
Dayo, though, to be fair, the 1 point Vator made is true. You're supposed to be in my position now. I can't lie. You are.
So here's the thing again.
Be honest. You are. Don't lie.
Husam,
come on.
Husam.
Be honest.
Husam.
Can you just be honest about that? And we'll move on to City section.
Hold on. Do you know who should be
a man and be honest?
Do you know who should be in the position that you are right now?
Who?
You know who? It should be City, not me. What are you talking about? They were the favorites at the beginning of the season. Hold on. No, let's stop this nonsense.
You keep talking about City. It is the Arsenal.
Everybody, hold on. Everybody said at the beginning of the season, Arsenal will challenge because City will go on a run. Yes or no?
Dayo, what did you say?
Yes or no?
At the start of the season, what did you say?
So Vator.
Dayo, I said Arsenal will win it.
No, that was you. I'm saying.
Dayo, what did you say? What did you say, Dayo?
Also, you said Arsenal will win it.
I said yes, and this is still my prediction. Hold on.
Oh my gosh. Let's not talk about others. You're deflecting. Dayo, you're deflecting.
Can you leave City alone? Be honest, Dayo. You're supposed to be where I am.
This is still my prediction for the season. Arsenal wins, Liverpool second, and City third. Remember, I said it at the very beginning.
Okay, so continue to talk about Arsenal and where you
should. You said
and yes, I was talking about Arsenal.
Yeah, but then by definition, you should agree that you think you should be in this place.
Yes, I don't have to be here right now after 12 games. At the end of the season, we'll come and see. Last season, game week 20, you were 5 points ahead of me, Liverpool. Liverpool was 5 points ahead of me last season, game week 20. This is game week 12. At the end of the season, I was 7 points ahead of you. That's a 12-point swing. So let's not sit here and play this game where right now at game week 12, you should be here. No, I don't have to be here at game week 12. I should.
You know what it is, guys? But I don't. You know what it is, guys? Yeah, Dayo is showing us again what I always say about Arsenal fans.
So don't sit here and say
they don't have it, man.
No.
Listen,
I don't have it.
Roger and Bernardo Silva.
I'm sure you want to point at something else, but it's a PG stream, innit?
No. I was saying this one.
Let me.
Roger told you about that as well.
Something else that they lack. It's
Troy
It's
Deeney
down
told, yeah, Troy Deeney told him. Yeah.
it's right down here. You're pointing at the wrong
Corners,
place.
yeah,
Dayo
big
definitely
up,
has
man.
the brains, but listen, Dayo, I'm disappointed because he should have said yes. It's supposed to be them. Listen, wallahi, no one expected me.
Sure.
No one, the most positive Liverpool fan in the universe, did not expect. Because here's the thing: let's assume whatever happens this Sunday happens, right? Even if we lose, we're still going to be top of the league, right? So this Sunday, no, I'm being serious. This Sunday, it'll be December. No one, and I mean the most positive Liverpool fan in the universe, expected Liverpool to be top of Champions League and Premier League group by December 1st. Not a single person expected this shit. We said, you know what? It's his first season. Implement his style, implement his system. He signed fucking Federico Chiesa, who we haven't even seen yet. He has no knees, no hamstrings. And that's it. So we're just adapting right now. So no one expected me to be here. And no one will gaslight me to tell me that I'm expected to be here. I'm not expected to be here. We shouldn't be here. In the words of Derek Rose when he won MVP. I'm on my NBA analogies today. You know, we ain't even supposed to be here, bro. We're not even supposed to be here. Shout out KD. You get me? Arne Slot, you're the real MVP. Anyway, let me read this super chat before we move on to Man City. Big up to Tom who says Arsenal sub goalkeeper. Yeah, maybe Arsenal sub goalkeeper is Neto, not Kepa.
No, they got the Neto guy from Bournemouth. Remember, they got a Neto from Bournemouth, and then Kepa went to Bournemouth afterwards. If you remember,
you're trying to explain his point, but how does Kelleher fit in the equation? Tell me, because this is about
he's saying that Kelleher is not better than the Neto that's a sub goalkeeper of Arsenal.
Husam, real quick. Because Dayo's looking through his group chat because they're telling him you need to step up.
I want to point out. Look at this. I'm actually playing Candy Crush on your head. I am playing Candy Crush on your head.
Switch it real quick.
Look at this guy. I'm not even listening to your waffle. I'm literally playing Candy Crush.
You clearly are listening. The one thing I want to point out.
Candy Crush.
Vator on smoke today. He's on smoke.
I want to understand Dayo's logic. Just real quick, all right? You can get your high score later, Dayo. If you're saying you're calm with where Arsenal are right now because week 20, you were able to surpass Liverpool, you're telling me that I should be worried as well? What are you telling me? Because we're in similar positions. I'm looking horrible, yet I'm still above you in the league, I believe. So
yes,
what's the logic with regards to City? Should I be just as calm as you are with how this season can play out?
There's a difference between you. There's a difference. Okay, so Ahmed, so you ask the question, I'll answer the question. You see, here's where there's a big difference between you and I. You are City. You've got Pep. You've done it 4 times in a row. If you lose 5 games in a row, that's a crisis for you because of the standards you've set for yourselves.
No, I mean, is it a crisis with regards to my season ending? Like where I can end up this season?
That's what I'm saying. Hear me again. If you are at the top of your game, which City has been for the last 4 or 5 years, and you set the standard consistently every year, when you are going through this type of rough patch, it becomes a crisis for you. I, as Arsenal, have done this nonsense every year where I'm up and I'm down and I'm up and I'm down. So I know that a crisis for me is not the same level with yours. For you, you've been consistent. You have been the guy who cooks a 5-star meal consistently. The day you cook a 1-star meal, people are like, what's going on? With me, they're like, well, it's expected. Arsenal probably might lose the next couple of games because of the way they've always played. The difference is we have gone from the team that used to be up and down, to be at least slightly more consistent. And I'm like, if we can just push a little bit more, we can actually go on to win it this time around. And because you are falling off, we stand a better chance of winning it. That's all I'm saying. So you can't compare how you would feel as a City fan to how I would feel as an Arsenal fan because of how our teams are. It's the same way Husam was not expecting Liverpool to be where they are right now. And of course, they're doing it. So he's like, you know what? I'll take it. But he still knows this is not my expectation. It might change when it's like March. If they're still on top of the table, in April, it could change. And he'll be like, you know what? We have to go on and do it now. There's a big difference. So don't come here and do comparisons when there's nothing to compare. When there's nothing to compare.
Listen, Dayo, we've both been competing for the Prem title the last 2 years. This is our third going back.
I've been competing against you. That's the difference. You see, this language has to change because this is how you guys create your narrative so that you can shit on Arsenal. And I won't let you do that.
No, I'm not trying to do that.
I was competing against you. Big difference.
No. See,
I mean, you have been competing.
Ahmed,
I don't know what Dayo trying to do with his language.
You've been competing though. It has to be A versus B. No.
Ahmed, now you're bold.
Dayo, what is this English 115?
Yeah, what's
What's going on, bro?
It's me and Vator. It's me and Vator. Now you're bold, Ahmed. You are not bold. When I asked you, are you here to defend them? We started the stream. I said, are you here? You said no.
Yeah, we asked, and Ahmed actually stabbed in the back.
Big brother joined the show, and then he fixed up. Big brother joined the show, and then he fixed up.
He just literally called you little bro. He said you fixed up. Like,
yeah, let me just finish these up so we can move on to Man City. The 115 also has never been done before, is what Denzel is saying. We're never gonna let this go. Man. I love the energy. I love it. Vator, bro, tell the Arsenal fans what LFC are capable of, is what Jack House saying. Hey, we're definitely capable, but we're the leopard in the tree right now. Let the leopard hang out. Big up to Mito, who says leopard in the tree. I actually don't just have
what is this gimmick about the leopard in the tree? What's this leopard?
I don't even have just a picture now. I have a video as well. You see that hyena? That hyena is the Arsenal fans.
Dying.
Husam. You are genuinely looking for smoke this afternoon or this morning. You are genuinely looking for smoke. Come after 38 games.
The hyena is the Arsenal fans. You know what's bad? No, the hyena is not even Dayo, because Dayo's been objective. It's the likes of Igal. These others, you see, these are the real hyenas.
I want to say this.
Dayo been moving like a lion.
No.
I want to say
Igal, biggest hyena.
I'm going to say this to you, right? We all know that leopards never fall out of trees. They only jump out of it when they want to, which means you are winning the league. You are on the tree. You have taken the prize. You have gone up there. Nobody can reach it. If you don't win this league this season, Husam, come after 38 games. No. If you don't, if you don't win this league this season, all this leopard on the tree noise.
How's Arsenal putting pressure on Liverpool?
Yeah.
No.
Pressure yourself, man.
You're supposed to be here, bro.
No, listen.
Man.
Ahmed, at the beginning, what did I say? I said the pressure should be on us. But you keep saying you are the leopard in the tree. Be the leopard in the tree. The leopards don't fall out of trees.
He's not.
Hey, sometimes lions can climb trees. Big up to everyone watching. Make sure guys are slapping the like button. Make sure guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Hey, Vator has definitely made an entrance and a half. You get me? You know, Ahmed has fully backstabbed the blue cartel. Dayo, you get me, is out here defending for his life on the stream already. But now the roles will reverse. The lion is gonna face pressure. Guys, make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. I want you guys to go subscribe as well. Vator Games has just been added to the description because it came in clutch. Go subscribe to Vator Games. Subscribe to Banter on the Pitch. Subscribe to the Bridge Nation. Subscribe to LB and Dawood's channels as well. They're all in the description. So please do go subscribe. We are going to be talking Man City now. Can we just get 200 likes? It's a free button. Just close your live chat and hit the like button. Vator. Man City. What the hell, bro? What the hell? What's going on?
What's going on? You guys don't like when I talk about my club, to be honest with you. When I give you the perspective, you think, oh, he's making excuses, oh, he's deflecting, oh, he's gaslighting. Guys, Dayo had to leave because the group chat told him, you're failing us. Get out of here. I want to point out that what we're dealing with over at Manchester City, I can't explain it. I can't explain it because it's unprecedented. Ahmed, listen, we were supposed to be blue brothers. I don't know what happened. But when I'm slipping, when I'm not winning the league, I need to be able to lean on my blue brother to actually carry the
currently third in the league, mate. We're only 1 point behind you, so we're getting somewhere.
So if I hear you talk confidently about winning the league, then I'll change. But right now, it seems like you're moving scared. Am I expected to win it every year? I can't be. I can't be win. And I get it, leopard in the tree. But the most decorated English club is Liverpool. So when they show to be in form, when they show to be consistent, it's going to take a lot to actually keep them away, to keep them from winning a Prem title. Because it took me literally at my best for 2 seasons to keep them from winning a Prem. And I'm looking nowhere near that. And I think, as Husam refers to himself as the leopard, I'm the lion, and I've been eating well for 4 years. I'm bloated. I'm heavy. I haven't had to move for a while. and it's looking that way because I'm getting ran through in my midfield. The pace is not there. The reinforcements, the investment. I hear all you guys. No disrespect, but I hear all you guys cry about ownership, cry about ambition, cry about spending in the transfer windows. Look at my last couple transfer windows, guys. Look at them. So this all adds up. To remain the best, to be winning consistently, takes a damn a lot of luck and money and consistency, and we've fallen off. We're older than we need to be. And I think it's going to be a season where we're going to try and salvage this as best we can. If a trophy is possible, it's a domestic one. I think everywhere else we're vulnerable. We don't have it. And I think it's mentality. I think it's also available players. But if there's a manager that can kind of salvage something, it's going to be Pep. And listen, we went into our bag of tricks. We were like, okay, we're struggling right now. We lost 4 on the bounce. We're gonna announce Rodri. We're gonna present Rodri to the world at the Etihad. Get the energy up. Get everybody amped up. We're also gonna put out the news that Pep signed for 2 years. That's got everybody galvanized. We're good. We're good to go. And what happens? We lose to Spurs. And we didn't just lose because you know what? Most City fans would have been, you know what? They always seem to get a result from us. We lost in embarrassing fashion, 4-0. So I don't know how we write this. Honestly, I really don't. I myself, as a person that's competed in my life, I want my teammates. I want me, myself, and my teammates to figure this out. I don't want we're going to buy 2 and 3 players in the transfer window. Get this right. I want the players that have given us all of these fantastic trophies, the moments that all of you wish for and hope for. We were the first to do it. All the players that gave me this 4 in a row, I want them to fix up. I want them to show fight. And showing fight might mean we finish 2nd or 3rd. But I don't want to see us continue to snowball and not show like the winners that we've been. It's that plain and simple.
Maybe it's just the end of the era, bro. Maybe, they've done
it's an end of a cycle. Don't do the era, but it's an end of a cycle. It's an end of a group of players.
But era can mean 2 things. Obviously, can mean
cannot. Era is let me.
Eras are cyclic, to be fair.
Yes, eras can be cyclical, and obviously era in terms of like
City fans don't understand it.
But no. Dayo's not gonna get away with that. Yeah. Is our era, just for clarity, did our era get stopped when Liverpool won, or was it a continuation from the back-to-back?
No, because even in your era, other teams can. I'll give you a genuine example.
Yeah.
We had the Alex Ferguson era from 90 till 2010. Other managers won during that era.
Thank you.
We had the Liverpool era in the 70s and the 80s.
Yes.
Other teams won as well during that period. Your era doesn't mean you win 20 in a row. Your era means you're the most dominant team in said era.
And that's why I had to correct my blue brother by saying it's not an era ending, because I think we fumbled this year.
But we don't win the league title for a 5-year, it's era ending.
Yeah, but we got Pep for 2 more years. I'm not expecting for this era to end before Pep's gone.
The definition of era is a period of time.
Here we go. English 101.
Events or developments such as Victorian era, Revolutionary era. Eras are often used to categorize and understand history. You guys have created history for Pete. That might just be the end of that history, that era. Does not mean that Pep's era is finished. Does not mean Pep is done. It doesn't mean City are done. It means that significant history. Yeah, so that's all it is. That's all it is. When they say era, understand what they are saying.
The era is not over, but the 4P run is over.
The era is over.
No,
KDB is not going to be the same. Gundogan is not the same player as you have.
Era is not based off of players, Dayo. Listen, players come and go. It's not based off of players.
The players that achieved that.
You're a player FC because everything is Saka. But
the players that hear me out again. I'm not dissing your club. The players that achieved your 4Ps have aged. It is not a bad thing. People grow. People age. The players who did the great stuff.
The era is not over because Raheem left. Jesus left, Mahrez left, Fernandinho left.
Listen, can I finish that?
To your point, I always say you have generations of players. Like, I would say that Chelsea had their first generation from an X period of time. Then you have this next generation of players that kind of a mainstay man team. I feel like this generation of players, at least on this period of time, are clearly over. Would that not be fair to say? Like you've lost a generation of players that have been there for like.
If you want to talk about all the players that Pep initially had to when he started the run,
Yes.
I believe KDB is the only one remaining right now. So if you want to speak in that regard, cool. But the whole thing is we've been refurnishing. We've been doing a few remodels, not teardowns, throughout this entire era. So the one remaining player is KDB in terms of who was there here from the beginning and who's going to probably leave before Pep's gone. So if you want to put it that way, okay, I'll concede to that point.
Fair enough. But listen, yeah, enough of this generation era stuff here. We need to get down to the nitty gritty. What happened against Feyenoord, my friend? That collapse.
Yeah, I can't lie to you because you know Ahmed is right to ask you that question. I know you lost 4-0 at home to Spurs, but hear me out. I think you being 3-0 up against Feyenoord and 3-3 at the end is even more embarrassing because they're 4th in the Dutch league, bro.
Yeah.
And you know what makes it worse, Husam? It happened from the 75th minute onwards. It's not even like they scored in like the 50th minute, then the 70th minute, then it was like a last minute winner at the end.
Yeah.
It happened.
It wasn't a build up. It was like 15 minutes.
We were like bang, 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 basically.
So
you know what I mean?
the reason why it is embarrassing, I think, is because of the quality of the opponent. Although this is the Champions League, I respect everyone in the Champions League. That's just me. Humble beginnings. But when you look at what happened the 75th minute, it's been a pattern, unfortunately, that I've seen from the players, even at some of our best. We look, and again, the opposition's different. But what happened versus Real Madrid? Crazy, right? What's happened recently, even with regards to how we've been leaking goals early in games, as well as late in games, because teams are realizing, okay, we made it through the first half. All right, I don't respect that City can defend for the full 90. So we're getting attacked on in the second half by many teams. And I think that's what came about. Someone had questioned Pep, why did he have a high line? Listen,
it is a fair question, to be fair.
It is a fair question, but a part of it is if we can congest the pitch to make it more difficult to pass through us, that's the philosophy in terms of the high line. Now, to not read where the dangers are or to inappropriately clear the ball, especially on that third goal, that falls to the players. And that's what I said on the Football Terrace. Individual mistakes really cost us more so than the system. If you're asking Pep to then do a Arteta and just defend an 18-yard box with the last 10 minutes in the game, that's never going to be us.
Damn.
It's never going to be us. But it will be for the players to be accountable and to defend. I think Pep is finding out the players that have it and that don't. And a lot of City fans are saying, where are the leaders right now?
Yeah, because that's never going to be you. That's why you give up a 3-goal lead in 15 minutes. It's never going to be you. That's why you give up a 3-goal lead to a team that is 4th in the Eredivisie in 15 minutes.
Yeah, because it's also a reason we played a high line.
Because your system does not work anymore. Everybody knows it doesn't work anymore for you. It doesn't work without Rodri. It's clear. I asked this question to every City fan that I have sat on the panel with since you've been losing and since you drew this last game. I'm going to ask you the same question. If Rodri had played in the last 6 games that you have played, how many do you think you would have won and how many do you think you have lost?
I'm going to answer
I just want numbers. I want numbers. Yeah. I don't want reason. Just tell me in 6 games, if Rodri had played in those 6 games, how many of those games do you think you would have won and how many do you think you would have lost?
So, well, you can win, you can lose, and you can draw, right?
Yeah, win, lose, and draw. How many do you think you'd have won? How many do you think you have drawn? How many do you think you'd have lost?
I believe maybe I lose one of those. And
okay,
I'm either winning or drawing the remainder. But the reason why I think you're
good. So that's all I want.
No, hold on. You can ask one question. No, you can ask one question. I can answer. And now let me ask one question. You can answer. No. Don't pile on. Give me a second.
Okay.
The reason why your question is flawed, Dayo, is because you're asking me, what do you think the result would be if your team had a Ballon d'Or player playing? You see how that does not make sense. Now, if you want to ask me,
are you asking the question?
I don't think you would won all games though, not all.
I didn't say all.
Again, here's why.
First, you'd lose probably.
Yes.
What did I say before?
I think you drew against Bournemouth. I would
hold on. What did I say before I asked you that question?
Kulusevski was on so much smoke that Spurs game. I think even with Rodri.
I said your system is flawed because you lack a player
like Iniesta, I swear.
That system you played.
You said because I lack Rodri, but
that's why. Hold on. I said the system is flawed. Everybody's figured it out. without a player like Rodri in that system that you played
you
against
said
Feyenoord.
Rodri. You did not say a
Yes.
player like Rodri, but you've corrected
Okay, fine,
yourself.
Rodri,
Continue on.
because there's no.
You're
there's
good
no,
now. Yes, you're good now.
Because there's no two Rodris in the world. Anyway, so
Yeah. So if we don't have if we don't have a proper six,
so my point is, you can't play that style and say, oh well, we're not Arsenal, we're not going to play defensive when you don't have the proper profile to actually play the style that would have allowed you to survive that 15 minutes.
And it worked.
Hold on, you've played that style for the last 6 games and you haven't won a game.
Dayo, we played that style for 75 minutes and it worked.
Exactly.
I know, but then after 75 minutes, and you started getting the pressure.
But you don't have the personnel. Would you say you have the personnel?
Yeah. The personnel is not available. And I was saying to him, I said, the system is flawed when you don't have the personnel, because what you then need to do is readapt. And if you say we don't readapt, we are City, Pep will never play that.
No, we do adapt. We just don't adapt to concede to the 18-yard box and defend for our lives for 10 minutes, or what like you did for 45 minutes versus us. So my point is,
hold on, say that again. Say it again, like we did for 45 minutes against you. Yes, with how many players on the pitch? You had 11 people. You were at home. Please stop this nonsense narrative. You keep bringing this. You defended the box.
You did the right thing in that game.
Let me say something to you. If we had 11-11 in that game, we smash you.
Why do you believe
this season?
Do you think you're defending 45 minutes with 11 players?
We defended 2-1 with 10 players till the very last second. In fact, what am I saying? The last second.
No, Dayo, you know what's crazy? Before you go, one thing I find crazy about Dayo, he always says to me, I don't do if buts or maybes. I don't do hypotheticals.
That's all he does.
And now he's doing hypotheticals.
That's all he does. He goes, Vator, let me ask you a question.
Ahmed,
if Rodri has played all he does are Vator
sat here and said, you guys defended the box for 45 minutes against us. You did not say a word about the fact that it was 11v10. You kept quiet because he's your Blues brother. You don't want to put any context to it. And then when I bring up the context, you talk about if, buts, and maybes. Really? You talk about if, buts, and maybes when I bring up the context. Both of you are frauds. That's what it is. He sat here and he said, you defended the box. Like we came in the second half with 11 players and just defended the box. No, that's not what happened. We were one man down. And hold on, we were one man down playing a Manchester City team with Pep Guardiola and some of the best players in the world. And you could not break us down to the last second with 10 men. You don't want to put context.
We did break you down.
You could not. I said until the last second. You could not break us down.
The point is, Dayo, the point is, your manager took off your best player.
You don't listen. Here's the thing: you don't care about context because
I do care about context.
No, because it suits your narrative.
No,
but when it comes to City,
let's be real.
When it comes to City losing, you want to bring up context. You want to talk about how these players have played 4-peat. They're probably tired. They need to step up.
I know that's not. I know you're not able to understand the 4-peat, but it's important.
You don't want to.
No, you're not able to 4-peat. It's crazy.
Yeah,
no, I know you can't understand it, Dayo. Your greatest manager was not able to win back-to-back. That's how difficult it is.
Listen, every single time we talk about, that's what I'm saying. I agree. It is difficult. I give context to City and say,
I'm giving you context as well.
No, you're not. No, you're not, because your statement was you defended against us.
You didn't let me finish my statement, though. You didn't let me finish.
You did not finish.
Go back and rewind this. As I was speaking, you didn't even wait for me to finish.
You finished, and then Ahmed jumped in.
Dayo. Wait to respond, not to whatever you say. You didn't even let me. You didn't even let me. No, I'm interrupting.
He doesn't even listen to what I say for him to understand it. He's trying to repeat what I normally say and still doesn't remember it because
it's your line.
It's
your line. It's not mine.
That's what I'm saying. You never listen to understand. You're just listening to respond to me.
That's exactly what you did. Because you didn't even let me finish my statement and let me say my next sentence because were already in defense mode. The one thing I want to point out when it comes down to Manchester City, and again, I have to have this up there to not only remind my fan base, but to remind all of you guys. This is different. It is not my players are still hungry. They're trying to win their first Prem in 5, 10, 15, 21 years. They've won 4 in a row, and this is the challenge. It's a different challenge, not a hunger challenge, not to lose distraction, having a pit pocket at the beginning of the season to get everybody dialed in. It's about how do you stay at the top for 5, and how do you do that against a historic, best honored English club in Liverpool? So if there's a season for me to fall off, it's this. If I'm going to say anything, and this is really clear, and hopefully you guys can tune in later on today. But Liverpool have a knack. FSG have a knack of taking advantage at the right time. Because when did City slip up? After the back-to-back. The back-to-back is when you win 2 Prems in a row, Dayo. After we won 2 in a row,
hold on, we've done 3 in a row. Arsenal did 3 in a row before your club ever dreamt of it. So sit down.
No way.
We've done 3. Hold on. If you want to talk about history, if you want to talk
he's
about
got him rowdy there.
No. I'm not
calm down.
I like to correct. Listen,
it's okay. Let that line go. Let that line go.
Listen, Vator, I understand you started watching football 12 years ago. I understand that you started supporting. I understand that you started supporting teams 12 years ago, and your club has no real heritage or history. I understand it took you 50 years to win your first Premiership, and I understand how that can actually ginger you now because you have the greatest manager, you have a great team, and you've been winning to make a lot of noise. But if you want to talk about teams that have actually first done back to back, we did it. Just because I don't want to talk about the history doesn't mean we didn't do it. We did it. We did 3 back to back. So sit down, take several seats, know your history, know your heritage, know where your club is.
So Dayo, I would expect you, having that history, having that experience, to let that line go. Because when I talk about having to repeat, when I talk about 4 in a row, you want to dismiss it, but you yourself have talked about.
Context. I said yes. I agreed with you. The difference. The difference.
Calm down. Okay, so let me.
The difference is when I speak about context for Arsenal, you say no.
When you said 4 piece,
when you said 4 piece.
You don't want me to speak. You want to layer on your context as I'm speaking. That's the difference. I let you speak all the time. I let you finish your complete thought. Dayo, come on, please, Dayo. I let you finish your thought all the time. When you go on your monologues, I set my clock and I just wait, and then I give my take. When I'm speaking, you want to interrupt and want to put in your context as I'm speaking. That's the difference between the two of us. I just want to point out, Liverpool know when to strike. And they did it when they won their Prem. And they did it at a elite level. Because it wasn't just the fact that we were weakened. It was like they were ready to win it. Right? When we point out that this should be the situation where Arsenal should be in, you want to push back and you want to say, oh, no, we can do our ups and downs. We can get there at 38 weeks.
I did not say we can't do. You see, this is exactly what I keep saying.
Oh, my gosh.
You listen not to understand.
Why are you nitpicking on the little words?
I never use the words we can do. I said this. I said Arsenal does that. There's a big difference between saying I know the flaws of my club and I know that this is
not even a point to argue, though, Dayo. So what I'm saying is minuscule. What I'm saying
Ahmed, I know you have to go start your watch along. You can go start it. Guys, we will be redirecting as well to Ahmed's watch along as soon as we finish the stream. So big up to you, Ahmed. Thank you so much for joining us. Bridge Nation in the description. Go subscribe. He's about to go live. See you, Ahmed. Anyway, based on the performance this stream,
what are you saying?
My point is, when we talk about where Arsenal should be at this point with regards to how City have fallen off, you want to, and I'm not going to say you're deflecting, but you want to put in the context where, let me wait for week 38. But you would be, if you were to be honest, in my opinion, you would be truthful to say, you know what, you guys don't look to be ready to pounce and take this title. Am I fair to say that, or am I gassing?
You're gassing, because I'll say something to you. Last season, by game week 10, which is just 2 games short of where we are at right now, which is game week 12, who was on top of the table? Tottenham. Arsenal was nowhere near it. So what are we talking about this season? We come into this season after 12 games, just like last season where we looked, oh, Arsenal is nowhere near the top. Game week 10 last season, Tottenham was on top of the table. Arsenal was nowhere near it.
So you and I should be calm with regards to what's happening, right?
That's why I'm saying that when I look at the data and I look at exactly what my club has done year in, year out, at this time of the season, we're not the ones on top of the table except in 2022, 2023. That was the first season that Arsenal, and what people have decided to do is take that season and put it as a stamp on Arsenal to say, oh, after 10, 12 games, you have to be on top of the league. We were not on top of the league by game week 11 last season. We were not on top of the table by game week 12 last season. By game week 20, we were not on top of the table. Liverpool was 5 points ahead of us by game week 20 last season. So why would I come into this season expecting that right now, just because City has fallen off, Arsenal should be the one on top of the table? I wouldn't expect that, because it's not something that we do year in, year out. And that's all I was saying.
All right.
It's that simple. I'm not here trying to defend, gaslight, or give.
No, it's cool. It's cool. That context I respect.
It's very
I will
simple.
accept that context. I will accept.
And that's why I said, see, Vator, that's why I said I know my club. I know how their ups and downs are, and that's why I'm chilled, because I know that at this stage of the season, we were not the ones who were on top of 2022-23 was a anomaly where everybody was like, how is Arsenal first half of the season beating everybody?
So let me also bring this back to City. I am stressed only because, and mainly because, of trying to go for 5 in a row. I think that hill is difficult in itself. But when I look at the ups and downs, when I look at where I was last season to date, I'm just as calm as you are without the context of trying to win 5 in a row. Do you kind of get that?
I totally listen. That's why I said I'm not even worried for City. The only thing I said I'm worried about for City, and I said this at the beginning, but it's like people just want to think because I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm shitting on City. No, I'm saying what City needs is a win, which is why I asked the Rodri question. A win will change the mentality of the players again. They have the mentality already, but they could be tired because of a 4-peat. So I'm giving context. It's hard to win 4 back-to-back, turn around, and then try and go for 5. Even as a manager, it is hard. It's hard to stay at the top. Everybody knows that. Anybody who wants to pretend like it's easy is a liar, right? So if you're going through a bad patch and you're still in and about the race, the one thing that we all know about City for the last 3-4 seasons is City in the second half of the season always pick up. So I'm still worried that City could pick up in the second half of the season.
That's why he's saying he's a leopard in the tree. He's still worried as well.
Listen, but the leopard in the tree, which is why I was shitting on Husam when he said that, was the leopard in the tree. Leopards don't fall out of trees. Elephants fall out of trees. Any other, and lions fall out of trees. Go look at the animal kingdom. Leopards are the one animal that can sleep in a tree for 2 straight days with their food. And they'll get on the thinnest branch and you still can't get them. Okay. So once they get to the top, what Husam is saying is they've won. Husam is saying we've taken the EPL, we are the leopard in the tree. You guys,
no, I never said that. Don't put words in my mouth.
The video you showed the leopard taking the kill and the win away from every other animal. The visual that
which video did you watch? The video,
the video with the leopard that climbed the tree just right now. The hyenas all running down.
1,000 words. That's worth 1,000 words.
Basically, your hyena. Saying, which is why I said if you don't turn around and win the league this season, this video I'm coming back to play it for you. And you know I do visual effects. I'm going to put your face on the leopard's face. I'm going to put trophy. I'm going to take.
Can you put Igal's face on the hyena specifically, please?
I will do it. I will do it. No, but you get what I'm saying, Vator.
You know, I feel bad for Dayo because Dayo's actually been objective about his club all year long.
No, actually, hold on.
You know what is Vator? He's actually paying for the crimes of other Arsenal fans who were delusional and said a whole lot of stupid shit. That's the problem.
Yes and no, because Dayo is a hyena. By himself, humble. He'll be logical. He'll actually speak both sides.
Wow.
When he's with his pack of other Arsenal hyenas, that's when he talks his most reckless, and he knows it. And he knows it.
Here's the thing, Vator.
There are 2 versions of Dayo, one with the rivals, one alone.
Vator, you can go look at every Arsenal video that I do with Arsenal fans and hear me actually tackle them. Go watch Igal's streams. Go watch Arsenal fanatics. Like go to all the Arsenal channels that is just Arsenal, and go hear my opinion. Yesterday I was defending Liverpool with an Arsenal commentator yesterday in a live stream where he said, I think Liverpool is going to get injuries. And I said, and I gave him a context. I said, do you remember the unbeaten run of Arsenal? He said, yes. I said, very few injuries. He said, yes. I said, what if that's Liverpool's season this season? What do you want to do about it? It's possible. How are we going to sit here and just assume they're going to get injuries? We don't see the future. Nobody's that. Like, we can't sit here. All we can talk about is what we've seen. And what we've seen right now is Liverpool is playing very well. They're at the top of their game. They're doing very well game by game. And they're showing strength that they're not about to back down. Which is what. So when he asked me, he said, what's my opinion? I said, my opinion is Arsenal, focus on yourself. If you're going to win this league, you want to target a certain score. Say, I want to win the league by 95 points, which means I must win every game going forward right now without losing any. And if I hit my target and Liverpool surpasses me, great. But if they drop off and I catch up and supersede them, great. But just set your own target and chase it. But
I think the next 7 games for Arsenal are going to be massive. The next 7 games, because the nobodies that Liverpool played at the start of the season, that's Arsenal now for the next 7 games. So you have to win all 7 and then take it from there and see where we're at. Anyway, this has been one hell of a stream, man. Big up to African Cat who says, Vator, we all saw that coming when City arrogantly didn't change their aging players. Pep ran out of steam. He didn't listen to Klopp. Now he will exit on the low, is what African Cat is saying.
African Cat, I respect the super chat. Pep's here for another 2 years. He is not listening to Klopp because Klopp, how long did Klopp do? 8? Klopp did 8, I believe. So
14, 15, and he left last season. Yeah, 9 years.
9
years, yeah.
So he's not listening to Klopp because Pep's not tired. The arrogance, I think that falls onto every club. And that's why I'm not crying like you see other fan bases cry, because I think it is unavoidable. No one remains at the top. Everyone's going to question, you should have spent more. You should have done this. Hey, it's our time to kind of battle through it. But I respect the super chat.
We'll see. Battle through it. The City version is spend the GDP of a country.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. We haven't spent like that. We have not spent like that. Everyone's questioning. Okay. Everyone's questioning that we should have spent more.
Your version of battle through it is you're just gonna go spend 500 million in fucking January, bro. Blue Brothers, my ass. What are you, Smurfs? And then he spammed Leopard in 3. Guys, I can lie to you. I'm not like overgassing myself or anything, but I feel like I've genuinely started a cult. Like the Leopard in the 3 thing is a genuine cult now. And I love it. And I fully started it. And I said it on national TV first. And I'm gonna say it again on TV tomorrow, inshallah. I'm on, by the way, if you're in Africa or East Asia, tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. UK time. If you're in Africa, look out for Super Sport. I'm going to be on there. East Asia, I'd assume I'll be on Astro Sport for Premier League Fan Zone. You get me? So, yeah, we're going on TV again, Habibis. So, love. Big up. Big up to DJ Brains, who says, football eras are judged by every 10 years now. Go check the 70s and 80s was Liverpool. 90s to 2000s was Man United era. 10s to 20s and now Man City. Yes, but to be honest with you, I actually understood what Dayo said. Dayo's saying your era ends when you stop winning. The only difference between me and Dayo's argument is I'm saying when you stop winning consistently is when your era ends. Meaning, if City go 5 years without a league title, I'll say their era's done. But if they just go 2 years without a league title, they might win it the 3rd year, which is a continuation of the era. You get me? So, yeah. Big up to you.
What I actually meant by the era being done is nobody's done a 4-peat, and after you've done a 4-peat, if you're unable to topple on top of that 4, you're able to add to that 4-peat, that era is done. You've created something that everybody now has to match up to, right? And that's what I mean by that era done. So you might go on to win another one maybe next year, maybe not this season, maybe next season. You know, that means that you're still dominant in that period. But
it's a continuation of that era, though.
Yes, it is. Well, I would say a country, but that 4-peat now, you've created an era that is now done. Like nobody can actually.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but here's the thing. Let's say this year Liverpool win it. Year after Arsenal win it, and then 2 years after that City win it. They're still the most dominant team in said era.
Dominant, yeah, but that
so era, it is their era, if you get
what I'm saying. The era of back-to-back wins was done in that back-to-back winning era. That's what I'm talking about. The 4-peat back-to-back winning era was done, which now everybody has to live up to. So yeah, they're still dominant in their whole.
By the way, I actually fully get what Dayo's saying now. Dayo's more looking at it from like NBA style, because Michael Jordan came to the NBA in the 80s, but his era only started like when he started winning NBA titles, and it was like 6 championships, 3 in a row, and then he took a break and it was 3 in a row again.
And he went
That's
to 15,
when like
and
the,
he went
the
to
era
15, he went to 15. He played in 15 finals and won 6. So it was what we call 9 failure.
Yeah.
No, we wouldn't say it's a failure.
Yeah.
So it's it's just like that's what I'm talking about. That
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I actually get I get it. I think we're just defining it differently, which isn't even that deep. City fans need to buy Pep nail clippers ASAP. Oh God, man. Big up
So
to you,
Vator said that he's the lion. City is the lion that has eaten and is full. That's why he's so full that Pep is just scratching himself because he's so full. He has the itis now. He's just scratching his whole face.
No.
That's actually how lions behave as well when they
lions
eat.
behave when they're full.
Yeah,
when they're full, they just start itching and they. So that's what and you just defined it for me. I didn't define it. You said it. You said
we have been the lions,
and that's what you're doing now.
We've been that logo that's right there. That's been us.
Big up to Tampa Lion, who says, great show, lads. Big up the panel. You never walk alone. Thank you so much, Tampa Lion. I really enjoyed doing this show as well. This was a phenomenal show. I had so much fun doing this. Make sure you guys are liking on your way out. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Big up every single super chatter. Big up everyone who supported the channel. Thank you to Vator for hopping on last minute. Big up to Dayo as well for coming on. Big up to Ahmed who hopped on last minute. Go subscribe to LB and Daud's channels. Every single person who has contributed to this type of stream is in the description. I have 5 channels in the description. Go subscribe to every single one of them. Banter on the Pitch, Vator Games TV, The Bridge Nation. It's LB, it's Daud. Now,
can I
this
just
stream.
can I say a big thank you to you guys. I broke the 300 subscriber mark.
Hey,
Let's go. Go subscribe to Banter on the
Hey,
Pitch,
make
man.
it
Go
500,
subscribe
make
to
it
Dayo's
500,
channel.
man.
Let's
Come
go.
Wow,
Let's
like,
go.
Finally.
Listen, this stream is going to take you over to Ahmed's channel, who's doing a Chelsea Heidenheim watch along. How can we spam Ahmed's channel?
Chelsea what?
Heidenheim.
What is the hiding up? Is it the store?
Oh
It's
my
it's
A
probably a
supermarket?
German store, to be fair. Spam leopards in the tree in Ahmed's chat to announce your arrival from the Don Husam channel. So spam, you know, his give man of the match to Vator. Hey, Vator definitely cooked today, Ibrahim. Anyway, see you guys over on Ahmed's channel. Leopard in the tree in his chat. Peace out.